Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Robert Paris and Chris Flaherty, BNEWS weatherman Peter Brown, Ian Cassola with the Community Bulletin Board, and Matt DiMarzio with Sports. Thank you for joining us. Burlington's Veterans Service Office and the Allied Veterans Council held their annual Memorial Day ceremony at the Chestnut Hill Cemetery. This year's program was dedicated to those lost defending the nation and their families. BNEWS reporter Robert Paris was there and has this look.
A large crowd gathered under cloudy skies on Monday to remember and pay respects to the men and women of the United States military who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation's freedom. On Monday, May 29th, the town of Burlington's Veterans Service Office held their annual Memorial Day ceremony in the back of the Chestnut Hill Cemetery.
So we recognized, or in years past, we recognized veterans, mostly veterans that have passed since their service or even, making the ultimate sacrifice for their country. But too often we forget about the individuals' families and the sacrifices that they make for our country. So we recognized them here this morning. We had a Gold Star father and Mr. Art McDonald, whose son, Lance Corporal Gregory McDonald, was killed in Operation Iraqi Freedom, June 25th, 2003. He came and spoke about Gregory. But he's a true hero himself. He's a veteran himself, but the things that he does for the Gold Star community and the community at large, whether or not it's counseling individuals through the grieving process of losing a loved one that has made that ultimate sacrifice. He spends countless hours with the DAV serving meals at the veterans or the VA in Bedford. So he's a really amazing man, and I'm just happy that he was available to speak to our community this morning.
Past Veterans Service Director and current Selectman Bob Hogan was at the ceremony, and he thought the service had a wonderful turnout.
Oh, it was fabulous. Jennifer and Chris did a great job. The speakers were wonderful. The rain held off. No, it was a good ceremony this year.
The keynote speaker at the ceremony was Arthur McDonald, a veteran and a Gold Star father of his fallen son, Lance Corporal Gregory McDonald.
Well, we came to Burlington almost 50 years ago, and this town really means a lot to us. They take care of the children, they take care of the memories of soldiers. They buried our son in full military honor, and almost everything that they do in Burlington reflects our love for the town.
Those there said the day was a reminder to all Americans to remember and honor our country's fallen heroes.
I hope people actually take a look at the fact that the veterans community is a lot larger than what people think. It's not just the veteran, it's the mothers, the fathers, the husbands, the wives, the children. Everybody's really affected as part of the veteran community. So that's what I hope people got away from this, is the fact that the family members are just as much involved with being a veteran than just the individual themselves.
Well, it's not only to remember my son, but to remember all those who have died in one war or another. And it's our way, as everyone here is, to express our appreciation for their sacrifice.
From the Chestnut Hill Cemetery, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Federal, state, and local law enforcement officers in both Massachusetts and New Hampshire arrested 30 people on Tuesday on charges of distributing fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine in the Lawrence area after a year-long investigation dubbed Operation Bad Company. One Burlington woman was among those arrested. Acting U.S. Attorney William Weinreb said that a dangerous pipeline of fentanyl and other drugs has been disrupted and dismantled at a news conference, referencing the ever-growing opioid epidemic that has seen the number of overdose deaths rise in the last few years, rise quite dramatically. Police also seized firearms as a part of the operation. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, the defendants are alleged to have controlled and managed a lucrative and sophisticated drug trafficking and distribution ring in the region. For all of the arrested suspects, you can visit www.bcattv.org/BNews. There are plans in the works to bring a high-end steak and seafood restaurant to the district. An application for a special permit has been filed with the town's planning department on behalf of a 247 restaurant group that is looking to bring a black and blue steak and crab restaurant to the Marriott Resident Hotel, currently under construction at 400 District Avenue. There are currently 3 black and blue locations, all of them in New York State. A letter to the planning department prepared by attorney Mark Vaughn of Reamer and Bronstein states the group is pleased to introduce to the community the black and blue steak and crab. The letter says that Black and Blue Steak and Crab is an upscale full-service restaurant specializing in steak and seafood fare. The restaurant will serve lunch and dinner at the hotel. The plan is for a 7,500 square foot location with 261 seats, including 36 outdoor patio seats. The restaurant group is scheduled to be before the Burlington Planning Board on the Thursday, June 15th meeting. Another popular restaurant chain was the target of a malware attack against customer credit card information, and its Burlington location was part of the security breach. Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated said in a release that an investigation identified the operation of malware designed to access payment and card data from cards used on point-of-sale devices at certain Chipotle restaurants between March 24th and April 18th. A list of affected stores shows that the Chipotle at 110 Burlington Mall Road was among the targeted locations. According to Chipotle, the malware searched for data, which sometimes has cardholder name in addition to card number, expiration date, and internal verification code, and read from the magnetic strip of a payment card as it was being routed through the device. There is no indication that other customer information was affected. Chipotle said it has removed the malware, and the restaurant will continue to work with cybersecurity firms to evaluate ways to enhance its security measures. The restaurant advises customers who think they may be at risk to check their statements for any unauthorized activity and to report any they find to their card providers. You can find additional information on what to do if your bank information is compromised at www.bcattv.org/bnews. It won't be long before the Burlington Farmers Market is in full swing again. Residents eager to attend the market can find it this year in a new location. One most important should be familiar with. BNEWS reporter Chris Flaherty spoke to chief organizer of this year's Farmers Market and has this report.
As summer begins, the anticipated return of the Burlington Farmers Market is right around the corner. In the past years, the Farmers Market has made its home on the lawn of the Human Services Building and the Town Common. This year, residents can look for it outside of Grandview Farm. Why the change in location?
Well, as you can see, Grandview Farm has a great accessibility for people with handicap. It's very walkable. They're paved roads, paved sidewalks. And before, in the center of town, it was just really bad parking, and people couldn't really park and get to, it wasn't accessible, basically. So we decided to use this as a venue.
Visitors to this year's Farmers Market can expect to see a variety of new and returning vendors.
We have a couple of returning vendors. We have Honey Pot Maple Farm. We also have Ray's Gourmet Popcorn, which is coming back. A lot of people remember them with their fresh squeezed lemonade. We have a great new farm, Arrowhead Family Farm, Justin Chase. They're out of Newburyport, Massachusetts, and they'll be joining us with fresh meat, eggs, and produce and fruit.
Finally, those behind the scenes say the ongoing construction next door at the Human Services Building will not interfere with the farmers market.
So we're hoping that we're going to get a lot of volunteers, but we're going to we're going to be directing traffic. So please come, even though you think it might be a little scary. We're definitely going to make it safe for you guys to get into the parking lot here at Grandview Park and be able to shop and leave safely.
The Burlington Farmers Market opens for the season on Thursday, June 15th from 3:30 to 6:30 and will be open each Thursday until October 12th. Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Two big projects are well underway at the 3rd Avenue development. Nordblom Company announced recently that both Archer Hotel and Lifetime Fitness will be opening at Northwest Park in early 2018. Archer Hotel Burlington will be a boutique with a variety of designs in its 147 guest rooms, a fitness studio, a bar, and a patio. In addition, the hotel will have more than 4,000 square feet of meeting and event space. The first Archer Hotel was built 5 years ago in New York City, and since the company has built 2 more in Austin, Texas, and Napa, California. The Lifetime Fitness Center will have over 130,000 square feet of space and will include a wide assortment of amenities, including pools. The club will feature hundreds of pieces of cardiovascular, resistance training, and strength equipment. It will have group fitness programs and classes in cycle, yoga, and Pilates. There will also be programs for children. The Burlington Police Department will once again be offering a free program that helps teach children how to stay safe from a variety of dangers. The program is Rad Kids and will be for children between the ages of 8 and 12. The police are offering 2 class sessions, one that will run from July 10 through 14 and another from July 17 to 21. The classes will be at Marshall Simons Middle School gym and will run from 9 a.m. to noon. All 5 classes must be attended. Rad Kids classes teach children ways to avoid abduction, and the Burlington Police Department will incorporate risk awareness to the program. Full-time Burlington police officers will teach the class, and all 5 classes must be attended for a child to complete the program. The classes will be free for all attending residents, though donations to Burlington Dare are appreciated, the department states. Registration forms will be made available at the Burlington Police website and may be dropped off at the station. For questions, call Officer Keith Shepard at 781-505-4965. On Saturday, June 10th, Varsity Field at Burlington High will be the location for the 2017 Burlington Relay for Life. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford spoke to the coordinators for a preview and has this report.
Burlington High School's varsity field is quiet on this Wednesday morning, but come Saturday, June 10, the track will be full of people walking throughout the night to fight one of the world's deadliest diseases, cancer. The 2017 Burlington Relay for Life will join 5,000 others across the world in raising money to support cancer patients and to help fund medical research. For those who have participated in a Relay for Life before, they know it is an event that pulls the community together as everyone stands in solidarity.
The importance of Relay is it brings together a community, and it allows the participants and families and survivors to give back, to raise money for cancer research and cancer programs, and also for us to honor survivors and for the family members to fight back against cancer.
In the past few years, Burlington Relay has, on average, brought in over $150,000 a year. These funds go to a variety of programs and initiatives.
We do things that people can share a ride so that they can call for a ride. It's a 24-hour 800 number that they can call for any questions for cancer. Of course, cancer research, but a lot of it is local New England things, which is what our relay goes towards, which I think is very important.
Relays are more than just walking around the track. There are a lot of events and activities throughout the evening and night.
So we start off at about 5:30 that we do our opening ceremonies where Cheryl and I will speak. We have a couple of sponsors speak and a survivor speak, and we start our relay all the time with the survivors. So the survivors take our first lap. They take the track halfway through, the caregivers come, and we have, again, different events that go on throughout. We do activities. We've done donut eating. We've done hula hoop contests. So we make it fun along the way. We also, I'm not positive this year, but we do a balloon release ceremony. But there's a lot of you can come, you can visit, you don't need to be signed up. You can come anytime up until 11 o'clock at night to look, to see, to be a part of it. You can sign up that night. You can donate that night. It's just a great thing. I know so many people who have come for the first time and just keep coming back year after year just because it is a great emotional event.
While the fight against cancer is a serious matter and the effects of the diseases can be devastating, Relay for Life events are not just filled with somber moments. There are good times to be had, and a positive atmosphere fills the field.
It is a huge, as Cheryl said, it's a huge community event. We have a lot of youth teams. As a matter of fact, this morning, Memorial School teachers just signed up a team. So it is very enthusiastic. Yes, we do have our solemn luminaria lap, which we do in silence, which we honor people. But there are events going on. There are on-site fundraising. There's activities that go on, and there are kids playing frisbee and football, and it really is very enthusiastic people. There's a lot of energy that goes along with it. It's a good feeling.
Finally, there are still ways to get involved for anyone interested in attending or supporting the cause.
As Julie said this morning, the Memorial teachers just formed a team, so it's never too late to form a team. You can come to the event as a spectator. There's many activities going on. As Julie said, there's on-site fundraisers. People will be, selling, baked goods and things that they've made that, you can purchase, and all those proceeds will go back. Capitol Grill will be on site as well, and they will be cooking. And so if you've always wanted to go to the Capitol Grill, come here. The prices are discounted, and 100% of their proceeds go back to Relay. You can also purchase a Luminaria bag, and what that is, it's a bag where you put someone's name on it who's either had cancer or who has lost the battle to cancer. And at 9 o'clock, we light the track with these white bags. And as Julie said, it's very solemn, but it's a time for people to reflect. And I think that's probably the most emotional and moving part of the evening, but it's definitely the most meaningful.
The 2017 Burlington Relay for Life will kick off at 5 p.m. on Saturday, June 10th at Varsity Field at Burlington High School. At Varsity Field, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
As the warm weather approaches and residents get ready to barbecue, authorities are reminding the residents to follow grilling safety tips to ensure a fire-free season. According to the Massachusetts Department of Fire Services, Massachusetts fire departments 487 fires involving grills between 2012 and 2016. These incidents caused 22 civilian injuries, 3 firefighter injuries, and $4.5 million in property damage. In order to prevent grilling fires and keep residents safe while cooking outdoors, fire officials recommend the following tips provided by DFS. Propane and charcoal grills should be only used outdoors. Place grills away from the house so you don't melt your siding, deck railings, and out from under eaves of overhanging branches, leaves and overhanging branches. Keep children and pets at least 3 feet away from the grilling area. Never leave a burning grill unattended. Make sure the lid of a gas grill is open when you light it. Propane can build up inside, and when ignited, the lid may blow off. Check that all connections are tight before turning on the gas. Clean the grease trap every time you grill. If you smell gas while cooking, turn the grill off and move away from it. Call 911 from a safe location. Do not move the grill. Store propane cylinders upright in an outdoor shaded area. Charcoal grill safety. Use only charcoal starter fluid. Never use gasoline or kerosene to start a fire in a grill. And never add lighter fluid to a burning briquette or hot coals. Always use charcoal grills in a well-ventilated area. Charcoal briquettes give off carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. Properly dispose of grill ashes. Allow the coals to burn out completely and then cool for 48 hours before disposal. We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown in our Weather Center for the latest forecast. We'll also check out the community calendar with Ian Cassola to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days. And I hope you're enjoying that nice sunny day that we had this past Thursday after we had a lot of rainy and days with full of thunderstorms and everything like that. Look at this. Here we are. We're in June now. We are in meteorological summer now as of June 1st. June 1st also meant the beginning of hurricane season in the Atlantic, but that's something that we are not going to have to worry about at all in the Burlington area or anywhere at all if you're traveling to the Caribbean or to Florida, anyone like that. But look at this, starting out our period on Friday. See temperatures again, no surprise, below average. Temperatures only in the upper 60s or so. May touch 70 in a couple of places, but still we're seeing temperatures that are a little bit cooler than they should be at this time of the year. And of course, as you notice, as we get in towards the end of next week, getting into June 8th or so, Our average highs are getting into the mid-70s, so that's something to really look forward to. We are really in the midst of summer. And of course, as you notice right here, our days are so long now. We're actually almost at the point where the days are going to stop getting longer. So we're actually, if you can believe it, we are almost at the extreme length of daylight, if you can believe that. Certainly a far cry from winter, that's for sure. But as we move ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about what's going to be going on with our weather for the next 7 days. And this is going to be looking a little similar to what we've been seeing the past, really, I want to say 15 to 20 days here in the Burlington area. And this is going to be most likely as we get towards the middle of the period, so starting early next week, getting into Tuesday. We're going to have a couple of weak low pressure centers that are looking like they're going to try and combine somewhere off of the coast here, south of New England. Now, what does that mean for us? Doesn't look like we're going to have a very powerful storm, but certainly we're going to see some very, very cool conditions as we get into late next Monday and into Tuesday. Definitely far below average for June. And that's going to bring, again, the chance for some heavier rain, but we're going to keep the chance of showers actually in for quite a few days next week. So pattern really isn't shifting too much. And we're going to have, again, a low pressure center up over maritime Canada, and that's going to bring a cool northeasterly and easterly flow into most of southern New England, especially if you're near the coast. So keep that in mind as we go through the next 10 days or so. It is going to be staying a little bit below average. As we move ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for our rain and temperatures for the summer. So this is going out towards the end of August. Now, looking at this map, it looks like most of the country is expecting really average precipitation. So that includes us here in the Burlington area. The only place that looks like we may have a little bit heavier rain is if you're going to be going out this summer out to the Rockies. It might be a little bit more rain out in that area, but looks like here in Burlington we're going to have a pretty average summer in terms of rainfall. Now, of course, the next graphic is something if you love the warm weather, if you really have a beautiful garden you're trying to take care of. Looks like up here in the Burlington area, they're expecting our temperatures to be well above average for the next 3 months. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Of course, if you're traveling out to the Midwest or to the Rockies this summer, looks like we're going to have maybe average temperatures are a little bit cooler than normal. So the way it's been lately, we're going to have to see if this actually verifies going into the next 4 to 6 weeks or so. But we'll definitely keep an eye on that as we head in deeper into the summer. As we move ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about our temps and our weather for the next 7 days. And really what you see is not too much different than what we've been seeing, again, like I've said, for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Starting off our period on Friday, might see some scattered showers around, temperatures again in the upper 60s, so pleasant, but again, a little bit cooler than we'd like maybe for the start of June. Getting into the weekend, there were some conflicting scenarios between what the models were saying and what some of the National Weather Service was saying. They had actually introduced a chance of rain almost through the end of the week, but latest models said it looks like we might have a little bit nicer conditions. So again, Tuesday, unfortunately, that's going to be the real chilly day. Temperatures only upper 50s, so very cool for June with that chance of heavier rain. But as we move towards the end of the period, hopefully by Thursday, looks like we're going to have fair skies and temperatures finally climbing up into the lower 70s, something we haven't seen too much over the past couple of weeks or so. So folks, I hope you get out there, enjoy your weekend, and enjoy that weather.
Hello and welcome to your community calendar. First up, grab your family and friends and head down to this historical landmark. On Saturday, June 10th from 1 to 4 p.m., the Francis Wyman Association is having a Francis Wyman open house. The Wyman House opened in 1666 and was owned by the Francis and the John Wyman of West Mill, England. The association was incorporated in 1902 and has held gatherings since 1899. The members are dedicated to supporting and maintaining the homestead and building a genealogical file available to all Wymans. Stop by the Wyman House to hear some past stories and get a tour of the building. Everyone is welcomed and the event is free. For more info, visit franciswymanassociation.org. Summer is just around the corner, and what better way to start it off than having the Burlington Summer Concert Series. On Tuesday, June 20th, the Burlington Recreation Department is starting up their summer concert series on the Town Common. Rico Bar and the Jump Jive Review will be performing. Rico Bar and the Jump and Jive Review is New England's premier swing and party band. They perform selections from the jazz and rock decades, including Motown and R&B, as well as Latin. The concert begins at 6:30 p.m. Everyone is welcomed and the event is free. For more info, visit burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1695. It's time to start running because cancer never sleeps. On Saturday, June 24th at 8 a.m., Leahy Health is having their 12th annual 5K Cancer Walk and Run. Every year, more than 1 million Americans are diagnosed with cancer. Every year, thousands of them are treated at a Leahy Health hospital. The event is always a joyful one, as walkers, runners, and volunteers come together for such a worthy cause. During the past 11 years, thousands of people like you have raised $1.8 million to enhance cancer services at Leahy Health hospitals in Burlington, Peabody, Winchester, Beverly, and Gloucester. Everyone is welcomed. Pre-registration is required. For more info and to register, call 781-744-8500. This has been your community calendar. I'm Ian Cassola. Back to you in the studio.
It's playoff season for high school sports. We go now to BNEWS Sports reporter Matt DiMarzio for the latest in Red Devil action.
Hey everyone, this is Matt DiMarzio here with your weekly sports report. The state tournament is in full swing and Burlington has enjoyed plenty of success already. The boys track and field team added another huge line to its resume last weekend, winning the Division III state championship, led by seniors Fernando Lamine and Eddie Reese, who combined to win 3 individual state titles. The boys are back in action this weekend at Bridgewater State University for the All-State Track and Field Championships. Now we move our attention to baseball. The Red Devil baseball team won its state tournament opener on Thursday, upsetting Wilmington by a 9-3 score and advancing to Monday's second round against Masconomet Regional. Burlington beat the Wildcats in 13 innings on Monday in a game that lasted almost 4 hours. Justin Hurley was the winning pitcher for BHS, going 8 innings in relief. The emotional win came only a few days after the death of Burlington coach Dan Hirsch's father. Now on the tennis court, the girls' tennis team edged Arlington on Thursday by a 3-2 score, advancing to Monday's second round at Concord Carlisle. The boys' tennis team lost to Reading in the first round by a 5-0 score, but still qualified for the playoffs for the 16th straight season. The girls' lacrosse team started the state tournament on Wednesday and lost to Manchester, Essex by a 21-9 score. Burlington's terrific season ended with a record of 12-7. Other upcoming playoff action for Burlington will see the softball team host Triton Regional on Friday afternoon in Burlington, and the boys lacrosse team will play in Melrose on Saturday at 5 o'clock. With wins, the softball team will play Monday in Gloucester, and the boys lacrosse team will return to action on Tuesday. And that's all for your weekly sports report. I'm Matt DiMarzio. I'm back to you guys in the studio.
This week's photo is straight from the movies. It was contributed by Burlington native and BCAT employee Chris Flaherty and features him along with his friend Matt with actress Gal Gadot at the Rhode Island Comic Con. Gadot is playing Wonder Woman in the new adaptation of the film opening this weekend. For the uninitiated, Wonder Woman, aka Diana Prince, is a princess from the Amazon island of Themyscira and a founding member of the Justice League. Gadot made her debut in the role of Wonder Woman in last year's Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. After Wonder Woman, viewers can see her return the role this November in the new Justice League film. Thank you for the photo, Chris. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your door, or photos of your family members, friends, and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share, please email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line, Photo of the Week. Okay, that's it from the news desk here at BNews Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNews Director Rich Hartford, Chris Flaherty, Robert Parrish, Peter Brown with the weather, Ian Cassola with the Community Bulletin Board, and Matt DiMarzio with sports. Thank you for joining us.